What's up with these rankings? And can Georgia still make the SEC championship? We're going to get into that and more coming up right now on Dawg Bites.
The way to the end zone, and Georgia is going to conquer the Crimson Tide.
People have asked the question, how does it feel to be hunted? We will not be hunted at the University of Georgia. I can promise you that. The hunting that we do will be done from us going the other direction.
Not to do all the superstar stuff. Our intent, our intent was to eat. Our intent was to come eat and be hungry. I'm not interested in all the bells and whistles. What I want is a team that fights their ass off, and they did tonight.
Yes. Welcome back to Dawg Bites, man. Once again, we're bringing it back from scratch, man. Episode 2. I saw a lot of people in my inbox, man, just asking me, like, what's going on with these scenarios, man? Like, even though Georgia's not going to play in the SEC championship, we still will have home field advantage because we're ranked number 4 if things play out like they going so far. Wrong. Georgia can still play in the SEC championship. They can. Yes, you heard me. Georgia Bulldogs can still play in the SEC championship. What are some of the scenarios involved? Okay, here we go. SEC rules have their own set of rules that says that head-to-head don't matter, okay, when more than one teams are affected by it. What am I saying by this? Ole Miss gives us this chance because of strength of schedule. All right. What happens is that here goes some of the scenarios, right? If Texas A&M lose, we'll start off with Alabama. Obviously, Alabama beat us head-to-head. If Alabama loses, then we will play in the SEC championship, okay? If Alabama wins and Texas A&M wins, it's a lot of people out there saying that, hey, we have no chance. If Texas A&M loses, right, we can get in, all right? But let's say if Texas A&M and Alabama wins, we could still get in if Ole Miss wins. Why? Because at that point, everyone that would be the 9-1 in conference play. Alabama will be 9-1 because the first game they lost was to Florida A&M. That's not a conference game. The only conference loss they have is to Oklahoma, the same as Ole Miss. Then we have to do a round robin, and Ole Miss, Alabama, and Georgia, it will be strength of schedule, which means that we will play Texas A&M in the SEC championship. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people thinking that it's no chance. Now, here we go. There's a lot of people saying that, do they want Georgia to play in the SEC championship because they can rest their players? Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how you guys feel about that, but me, I'm a football coach, high school football coach, that is. I would not want to sit my players for 2 weeks going into the playoffs because everyone in the playoffs is going to be good. We already have a bye. If everything stay like it is and we stay number 4, our first game will be in Athens. Do we want to sit in Athens once the season is over and wait 2 weeks to play ball again? The first week would be the SEC championships. We wouldn't play then. The second week would be the first round of the playoffs. We wouldn't play then. It'll be the third week pretty much. So do we want to sit our guys down that long because we don't want to play in the SEC championship? Number 2, it just means more. The SEC championship means a lot. Okay, I mean, even for Kirby Smart, we're not going to talk about another man's pockets, but he get a heck of a bonus if he wins the SEC championship. So, and then it's bragging rights. Hey, every year that we end up don't beating Bama, the next best thing is to win the SEC championship to show that we are the baddest in the SEC. So those are some of the scenarios, gentlemen. So, yet, ladies and gentlemen, yes, we still do have a chance to play in the SEC championship. Now, as far as these rankings go, man, this is crazy. I see a lot of people talking about our little brothers. Georgia Tech is number 16. Georgia Tech is number 16, and they 9-1. While other teams like Alabama, right, they're number 10, and they got 2 losses. Alabama has 2 losses, and Florida State. Florida State loss should be tragic, but we already know the bias of that. You know what I'm saying? They have 2 losses, but they still in there. You have people talking about Tulane for the schedule they putting together, that they're not even in the top 25. That's something else. People are upset about Miami Hurricanes right now. I think they're number 12. They're just in with some of the embarrassing losses that they have as well. So that's what I'm saying. You got to let it play out. We got to let it play out. We got to let it do what it do. But I'm definitely disappointed in the whole Georgia Tech thing, and I'm a diehard Georgia Bulldog fan. Don't care nothing about Georgia Tech, but right is right, wrong is wrong. That they ranked number 16 for the resume that they have put together. And I will also say this, it's only going to boost us up when we play them either. So why would I want them to be ranked 20-something or not ranked at all? The closer they is to the top 10, only going to help us out. I know a lot of people saying they can't help us out anymore because we're top 4 and the best we can do is a playoff game, but still, if a team is doing good, it's hard to win. Why not, hey, let that team be ranked where they're supposed to be? Also, I hear a lot of people that was talking about the hires. Shouts out to Franklin, man. He's back he's at Virginia Tech, not back. He was at Penn State. He's at Virginia Tech. Hey, check this out, guys. This is what a lot of y'all don't understand, right? A lot of people see that buyout and see that these people, that they start talking about how much money they make a second, a minute, a day, a week, and a month. Gentlemen, listen. They cannot sit around and not look for jobs. It's in their contract. Once they get fired and they have a $55 million buyout, they have to be looking for another coaching job or a job on a network or a job as a commentator. They have to look. It's in their contract. If you think I'm lying, look it up. Okay? A lot of y'all think that these cats get fired and they just go off and live their lives for 10, 20 years and they just collect money. No, they have to be looking for a job. And if they get a job in sports and they're an analyst or something, that $54 million will be deducted from that. Okay, it may not be that much, but still, they're trying to do anything so they don't have to pay these guys all that money. And once they get hired by another school, that $54 million is going to be deducted from that. That way, that Penn State ain't got to swallow and take that complete loss. So just remember that when you see these guys get fired, these big coaches get fired, and they got all that money as far as a buyout, I'm telling you right now, they have to be looking for jobs. You see them get hired within 2 or 3 weeks, all right, 2 or 3 months. Why? Because they have to be looking for jobs. They probably calling them every day like, hey, you've been looking for jobs because we don't want that $54 million just to sit up there and for us to pay, because we got to pay another coach. And I think LSU is already paying like 2 or 3 coaches, or Texas A&M, one of them. That's crazy, man. But that's the update as far as that. I know a lot of people was asking about the SEC championship, so we want to kind of tune that up a little bit and let you guys know that Georgia can still make the SEC championship. And I think that it'll be in their best interest to make the SEC championship, win or lose. Keep those guys active, man. You're dealing with 18 to 24-year-old kids, man. You're sitting around 3 weeks, and then you come in and limp into the playoffs at home and lay an egg, because guess what, man? Football is all those kids got going on right now. So keep them active, and why not try to win another SEC championship? But that's as far as I got for that. We're going to break up some more stuff in the week, man, to start analyzing my upcoming game right now. And we'll get back to it. Once again, episode 2, like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. I appreciate all you guys for checking in with me, viewing us, checking us out, seeing what we got going. And until next time, go Dogs.